No hipsters.
No hipsters.
No Hipsters pod.
Episode 78, No Hipsters Pod. Your boy Ronce, the founder of NoHipstersAllowed.com, and we have none other
Hi,
than
Teresa.
Back again. Cheers.
Back again.
Fresh from Cameroon.
Just got back.
How's that?
I'm pissed I'm here.
It's a beautiful day though, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I had an amazing time. I had the best trip. Nobody's had a better trip than me.
Yeah, 2 weeks?
3.
3? Oh wow, you got a lot of PTO. Where do you work? I need that.
Ooh, let's
Esau family.
Let's hope that I get some more PTO.
You maxed out?
It might have. Yeah, I saw family, but I actually traveled on business. Yes, I serve on the board for Friends of Boya School for the Deaf, which is a DC-based nonprofit that essentially funds the maintenance and management of Boya School for the Deaf in the southwest region of Cameroon. And I've been on the board for 10 years, but I was nominated this year to attend the 20th anniversary for the school and to speak at their graduation and to get tours of the school, meet the students and the parents, and have a good time. And I did that.
Good. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be
A lot has
back.
happened since last time you were on the show, but also since the last episode. And I almost don't know where to start. But you know what? I think there's no bigger story than
The Royals!
You said it. This episode was recorded before Kate Middleton announced her cancer diagnosis. Kate Middleton, Prince William, and his alleged side piece, Rose Hanbury,
Yep.
the Marchioness of Cholmondeley. Yes, Cholmondeley. I know it's spelled
Cholmondeley. Cholmondeley.
But it's Cholmondeley. But honestly, why is it pronounced like that?
I have no idea, but wait for me to butcher it up. It's just my first glass of Prosecco.
Right. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we can't really talk about this without going back a few months where there were reports about Kate Middleton taking a break for a medical procedure. At the same time, King Charles was also having something go on with him. And Prince William was also stepping back from duties all at the same time, correct?
Yes.
And so now it's been a few months, no one's seen Kate Middleton anywhere, and then there's a whole bunch of tweeting and memeing about where she could be. And then Mother's Day, British Mother's Day comes along, and she makes a Mother's Day post, which I thought nothing of it. In my mind, yeah, whatever. They could have taken that picture whenever, but I definitely never could have imagined that it was a doctored photo.
My first thought was, why does this look so weird? Why is that not your first thought?
But don't they? All their pictures look weird.
No, why does your picture look like it's from 2001 and you took it on your razor? That is the most sus thing to see in 2024 in the age of everybody has an iPhone.
Right.
This picture looked zoomed in. It just was it looked grainy.
Nothing about it really stood out to me as weird. But
it was sus.
As soon as it dropped, people were like, "Hey, this is weird. This is a fake pic." And it started as a joke, and then someone really broke it down. Hey, this is a weird pic. Look at the hand here. Look at the hand placement, and she's not wearing her ring, which I thought, okay, maybe she's trying to let you know that maybe something's not all right. But I don't think they would do that in an official royal photo. So that was where I was like, all right, maybe something's up. And then Associated Press put out a kill notification, and that meant that not only were they taking the picture down, but they were advising all the outlets that are fed by the Associated Press to take the photo down. Right. And that
not you telling the press what to talk about.
No. Because that they're also they're as much as they're an outlet, they're also a feeder database. So sometimes you might go to Yahoo or wherever,
and they got it from
the Associated
AP.
Right. So that happened, and apparently that doesn't happen very often, and so that made it a whole thing. And then she put out a statement, and the statement was where are the publicists? Where are the publicists? She said that she was playing around.
Where are the publicists? It's they... Did Kate's publicist talk to her husband's publicist? Do they know each other?
It was so weird. And I mean, there's some reports that there's some discord within like all the handlers within, or that, and some apparently some reports said that they didn't even know when Kate was officially stepping back from duties, that they weren't informed. So clearly something's going on the inside, but the explanation just made it a million times worse.
It did.
And she said that what did she say? I wish I could pull the tweet up right now.
Was,
I'll put it up. It was basically like playing with our intelligence, basically.
Yeah, like, I didn't realize I photoshopped this so terribly. Did not mean to alarm anyone. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Save me, save me, save me. This is subtext.
Right.
I do get it.
You do?
I mean, it's hard being in the light and then to also go through being with a cheater who's like, not really there for you, because also as all of this is happening, Prince William's duties have vamped up. He's had to now step in where his father was, where his mom was.
He's quite literally the heir to the throne, so the heir apparent.
So it's like, you're dogging me, you're not even here. I'm raising these big-headed kids. I just feel like sis kind of wanted a break and a breather, and she didn't really get that. And you know why? It's because y'all should have never messed with Diana. And even though you got her out of here, you did what you did.
It's the ghost of Diana.
Coming back for all of y'all.
But that's Diana's baby. I don't know. Still. Yeah.
These things have been prophesized about too. Nostradamus prophesized everything that happened with the royal family and all of this messiness. For a family that leans so heavily on religion, saying that that's the reason why they are better than everybody else and this is the reason why they are supposed to be something. Guys can't keep one marriage together. Boy, I tell you.
They do try.
You cannot, for your lives, hide your mess.
Yeah.
But
and not to, and you know, and it's not the No Hipsters policy to talk about people's looks, but I saw this tweet that I just couldn't like resist. That said, "Damn, like he's really just like his father. Had an ugly side piece." And you know what? Rose isn't ugly, but that tweet was funny. She's actually she's a model.
That's what they said. That was said by some people. I don't know where she was modeling. I didn't see those runways. But I don't know who took those pictures.
She didn't see the fashions. But,
I did not see those fashions.
But you know, and honestly, more interesting is that the Marquess of Cholmondeley is friends with Prince William. So
they're all in one inner circle.
So how does that even work?
I'm just saying, a lot of people who have been elevated and lifted to certain levels now are being kind of shown for who they really are. And is it shocking you? It's not shocking me.
That he's potentially messing with his friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not shocking me.
I mean...
It's not shocking me. A lot of these people who have been elevated into like these godlike positions where like people are literally serving you. A lot of them have made decisions and done things that are fundamentally just destructive for our entire world, for the communities that they claim to serve. And so I'm not saying that, there's some sort of like karma behind it, but like if for years and years you've been doing some things, like everything comes to light. Like there's only so much that you can hide. And this family has made a reputation for being able to hide things. But now we live in the age of the internet. We live in the age of some people really don't care. And so it's a lot of F around and find out going on.
Yeah.
So there's people leaking little information here and there. There are people who are victims of these people who are tired of being silenced. And sorry, Kate girl.
It's all, I mean, it's just, to me, all I can think about is Meghan Markle and how
They try to make her a victim.
Because first of all, she would be useful right now. Prince Harry and Meghan would be useful to step up for more duties now that the king and the heir apparent are both kind of like MIA, as is his wife. They would be useful now, but also it just shows that they were smart to just
separate.
Yeah, it's just
because the things that the family was focusing on, things that they were prioritizing, were not things that were substantial. And that was the point that they were making, that they're being pushed away and pushed out because things are not looking as how they need them to look, and everything that's done in the dark is coming to light. And it's also showing, to me at least, how loyal Harry and Meghan had to have been to this family, because all types of things are coming out. Do I know if he's really having an affair? No. Yeah. Do I know if he likes to be pegged? No. All of these are just rumors out there.
Okay. With this big disclaimer, no hipsters allowed, or no hipsters pod officially reports that. But
people are saying it. People are saying it. You can look it up.
Okay.
This is a theory. This is what the internet said. Okay, so I'll give that.
Listen, there's so many theories, but there's it's one.
The internet said that he is a little bit nasty and likes it a little bit nasty, and
basically,
that she's a little bit more.
He's a freaky frog.
Freaky frog, and that she's a little bit more prim and proper, doing things a little bit more, vanilla. And so he's, with this friend who's a bit more wild, has a bit more of a wilder side to her, and they have fun, they do their own thing until the thing just started kind of getting a little bit more serious. And that's where apparently some of the issues started, allegedly. That's what the street said.
No comment. Let's talk about Wendy Williams, radio legend, honestly TV legend as well.
How you doing?
She had, her show was about 12, 13 seasons in when she stepped away, or when basically it was ended because she was not healthy anymore. So there was a Lifetime documentary called Where's Wendy Williams, which apparently Wendy commissioned herself to document her planned comeback. And along the way, they end up chronicling her deteriorating mental state. And, around the time that the documentary dropped, there was a press release saying that she had, I believe, aphasia, which is what Bruce Willis has, and frontotemporal dementia. And so in the documentary, you see her just being belligerent, losing her temper, being forgetful, and it is very, very, very painful to watch. And it's also kind of scary because it didn't feel like she has anyone around her that she can really definitely the publicist, dangerous. So she has this publicist who was basically setting her up for meetings and this and that, and acting like there was nothing wrong when she was clearly just not all there. Like mid-conversation, she told the publicist, I want you to get lipo. Her family, I'll say this, and this might be controversial. Her son, which, it looks like he was very strict as far as her alcohol consumption, but I understand why the bank might have stepped in. So Wells Fargo froze and basically gave her a guardian because it looked like someone was taking advantage of her, and it looks like they're accusing her son. Right. Over $100,000 in Uber Eats orders in a year and things of that nature. Something ridiculous, like some crazy number.
That is their job. That is a part of the regulations. That if they notice any signs of elder abuse or anything like that, that they would flag that. So
especially for such a high net worth person, I'm sure it was like, all right, what's going on? Like $100 grand in Uber Eats. So I get that, And so it's really, I mean, we're all looking from the outside in, but I think that makes me go, and I was wondering what your thoughts were.
So I have had people in my family who have gone through similar deterioration, and it was very difficult for me to even watch the clips because there is times, and sometimes it's long periods of times, where the person is themselves. They're completely normal. And then out of nowhere, like there's an episode or something happens. And when it's first happening, there is the difficulty of them accepting that that's what's happening to them. It's a scary feeling. And I think a lot of people were really, they were really harshly criticizing how she spoke to the publicist. And that was really triggering for me because I watched family members who couldn't remember something, and they're used to being the person who takes care of everyone. They're used to being the person who everyone relies on, and we are sometimes negligent about how much that really kind of deteriorates their health even faster, because it's a lot of stress on them and it's a lot of things to balance and to carry. And that if they don't have someone that they trust to pass things down to, how they remain in that power position, whether they're able to or not. So it was hard because it was like, this person has no idea that she's just blurting this out. It's just a response that she can't control. And oftentimes it's things that, okay, there's something that's bothering them, like in their body, and they can't remember or they don't know what it is. So now they're irritable, and then they're grouchy, and whoever's closest to them or whoever's around them the most catches it the most, because they feel like, well, this person is my closest person, so they should allow me to just have a moment if I need a moment.
Right.
Seeing it play out on TV, I don't think that that's what you're expecting when you're in your vulnerable state.
It's sad, and I feel like, because even though she might have asked for the documentary, someone around her must have known she wasn't in the right state of mind to be able to make that kind of decision for herself. So that's why I'm kind of side-eyeing everyone around her, the manager included. But you know, it is what it is. It's very sad, and who knows where all this will end up. But
I think that one of the good things about the documentary, although like I said, I haven't been able to get through all of it, one of the things that it brought up for me is that she has this amazing life record of just like blazing trails, regardless of who people expected her to be or how people expected her to be. And even now, there are things that she's doing that are kind of a bit shocking and jarring, and that's who she's been. And so it sucks kind of seeing it go out like this, but it's also kind of raising people's awareness to the fact that like there's people who will walk around us and they look healthy, they look fine, but mentally they may be going through a battle that we don't know anything about, and that you can offer grace to people even if they're being nasty, even if they're being mean, because you have no idea what they may be dealing with. And I think especially for Black people, it is difficult to acknowledge when your mental is starting to not be in the best shape. Yeah. So I think my final thoughts on that is just that, you know, everyone learned. Wendy is still a shocking girl.
Surely.
And I really hope that from it, that everyone that is a part of her estate, her son, her ex-husband.
Who's apparently like suing for like...
Suing who?
Wendy. Like in the last like day or two, there was a new headline where he wants like, apparently he's owed somebody. He thinks he's owed some money.
I hope that everyone that is a part of her estate gets it together and is able to give her peace, the peace that she deserves, and the care that she deserves.
All right.
Chad, ex-husbands are crazy. doing? Oh, you.
Listen. Let me
What
tell
did you
something.
do?
Listen, takers don't have a limit, so that's why you just gotta watch out. Let's just talk about award season, which just concluded with the Oscars about a week or two ago, and it was an interesting award season. First of all, let's talk Grammys first, and Taylor Swift winning a 4th album of the year. I have no words. I'm disgusted.
I knew it was going to happen, though. I mean, did we not know?
I knew it was a huge possibility, but a part of me thought they wouldn't. They have some shame.
They would.
They wouldn't. And it's just, there's so much wrong with it. First of all, I think it's so weird how an organization that has, in a weird way, kind of, prided itself on shunning bubblegum pop is now throwing awards away, their biggest prizes away at someone who is now making bubblegum pop. Taylor Swift, like Karma.
It's a good album, though.
I'm not saying the music is bad, but it just feels like we moved the goalposts to accommodate Taylor Swift. So, yeah. I mean, if this is the kind of music we're awarding, then where's Britney's awards, right? Yeah. Right? And now you got me defending Britney, because not that I think she deserves all the Grammys, but still, like, where's Britney's awards? So it's weird how, like, there's this investment and commitment to Taylor Swift that I don't quite get. I think so much of it stems from the 2009 VMAs moment, where Kanye West got on the stage and said, Beyonce made the best video of all time. Because to me, it was a way of saying, hey, guess what, guys? We have the power and we tell you who the best is.
I actually think that Taylor has been a very smart businesswoman, and that opportunity and talent kind of met at the right space and time.
Yes.
Where she understood what her talent is. She is a talented songwriter. She is not like a big performer, but she definitely knows how to put on an act. She knows how to show up in the theme that her audience is looking for. Yeah. I think that she plays that role when she is at public events. She knows that she has to be seen.
It's very, oh no.
Yes.
I won again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like it's very affected.
She's very, very Princess Diana coded. Like, I'm the people's princess. The young girls love me.
I'm gonna have to stop you on that one.
No.
Princess Diana?
Like, she's like the people's princess to them. You don't think so?
No. She's
Who
very much. I think Princess Diana is a very singular figure. I think she's very.
I mean, in music, just like in comparison.
I think she's just very like Disney child star. No. American Sweetheart.
I don't get that. No, but the American Sweetheart is where I get the Princess Diana coded.
Yeah, but I don't think Princess Diana was quite. I think Princess Diana had a bit more edge that Taylor Swift does not have.
Oh, I don't mean in personality. I just mean in appeal.
Also, because another thing, and someone mentioned this on Twitter. For such a big star, she doesn't cross over very well.
No. But it's also because that's not her ministry. I don't feel as though like that's her talent. I feel like writing the kind of folk pop, the country pop songs. Like, I think she knows that. Like, she's very good at that. Yeah. And
listen, again, I'm not debating Taylor Swift's talent. I just think that she's not as talented as we're being. Like, at this point, trying to be convinced that she is.
She's seen dating the cute, young, hot, eligible bachelors. She is consistently writing decent, popular songs that are charting. She is consistently kind of going through her looks. And she's not giving us, like, super high fashion, but she does give a switch up enough where the girls who follow her have something to stand. So I think that when it comes to like a business machine, like, she got it. And then after she dated that what was the last guy she dated? The
Matt
racist?
Healy.
Yeah. So after she had jumped from that relationship, she did not go down with that ship.
I will say this: she has the best publicist in business.
She did not go down with that ship.
After the Matt Healy thing, so and the reason why we're saying he's racist is because he made this racist comment about Ice Spice after she had praised him.
I feel like a lot of people wouldn't expect that. Yeah, shout out Coldplay, the 1975, obsessed with them.
Ice Spice, you know who that is?
Nick doesn't know who it is.
She's like
one of the Spice Girls.
Yes, that's
she's
right.
like this rapper.
She's the rapper
that
from
has
the Spice
Girls.
Inuit Spice Girl. Just this chubby Chinese lady. Yeah, I rap in music.
And so
he has said other inflammatory things as well.
Right. I'm sure he has, but that's the one that that made headlines. And so in response to that, Taylor Swift put Ice Spice on the feature of her on the remix of her song Karma, and since then has had Ice Spice beside her, was with her at the Super Bowl. It's just brilliant. And when I say we're the publicists, this is what I mean. Everyone needs a publicist like that. Like, you just take a scandal and roll it over into OW for yourself, and just
instead of ignoring it.
Right. So or instead of putting crazy tweets that no one can believe, right? And so I think Taylor Swift has a good publicist. I think she's a smart celebrity. She knows how to.
She's a good businesswoman.
Yeah, she truly is. But just throwing all these awards at her, I think has become quite scandalous. Quite frankly, it no longer makes any sense.
They were going to do it. This was the year of Taylor. From the moment that the whole entire publicity relationship popped up with her and Travis Kelce, and then if his team makes it to the Super Bowl, there was a chance that now one of the biggest pop singers is dating a Super Bowl champion. And I mean, what is more white American than the pop star dating a football player after she wrote a song years ago saying she's dating whatever and the cheer captain whatever.
It's very
I got my happy ending. This is the happy ending to the story. Yeah. And the only way to tie the bow on the fact that she had the highest grossing tour of the year and also dating a Super Bowl champion is.
I think Beyonce had her beat on tour numbers. I think.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Last I checked, she had Beyonce beat, but I also looked at that as but this is a white woman.
Yeah.
There's literally studies that show that we can do the same exact job and somehow your pay is higher. But again, I could be wrong. We can definitely check
it is
that.
what. Listen, I'm not even here to debate her. Anything else? I'm just saying the Grammys and giving Taylor these awards has become a bit ridiculous. And I think, I restate my position that this comes back to them trying to say, hey, listen, we don't give a fuck how good Beyonce sings. Taylor is better. Because even throughout the Renaissance tour, there were all these weird debates coming up about Taylor Swift versus Beyonce, where it's anyone with eyes and ears can see and hear that these, they're two very different, just in style, but also just in ability. It's what are we talking about here?
Apples and oranges.
It's
not as many costume changes. It's not as intense in the choreography
or in the vocal performance.
Not as many set changes.
It's just
what?
It's silly. But anyways, I think they've committed to reinforcing this idea that Taylor is the best thing ever, which it really does feel political. Even the way a lot of her fans,
y'all can have her.
Yeah, but a lot of the way her fans support her just feels very political. It just almost reminds me of when Eminem first popped out and how people want to be hey, we like this rapper, this is the best rapper.
Specifically
this one, and that's
better than even the black ones I haven't heard.
Right, precisely.
He's the best.
He's the best, and that's how I feel about a lot of the Taylor Swift support. It's very much she's better than Beyonce, because you have to remember the Kanye West one was also a Beyonce moment. People forget that.
Why don't y'all ever just be she's better than Billie Eilish?
Right, exactly. It's never that. It's always
she's better than Adele.
It's about Beyonce. Even though I think
you want her to be better than Beyonce
right.
so bad.
And the crazy thing is, I actually think that Taylor Swift also is very much in competition with Adele as well.
Yes.
But it's all of this just feels oh, fuck Beyonce. But it all comes back to that. But whatever it is, I think history will tell the truth, and we know who the best is. So, and that's Beyonce.
In case you missed it.
Yeah.
Right. Beehive.
Right. So, Oscars, no surprises there. I think it was crazy that Emma Stone won that award. I mean, not crazy, but I kind of wanted Lily Gladstone to win, but it is what it is.
I was very, very proud of the Black Girl Magic this season. Io.
Yes.
Every time she spoke, I just had a
Nigerian
big
and
smile. Oh, that's
Yeah, she's
true.
from my
Your
state.
people.
Yep, she's from my state.
Every time she spoke, I just had a smile on my face. Like I was just waiting. Like every win for her is huge for us.
Which is cool. And she had this little scandal with J-Lo where she was like telling the truth about J-Lo's career. And it got awkward because she hosted SNL where J-Lo was the musical guest. And apparently she went to go apologize. And then J-Lo talked about it in an interview. Like, just... Anyways.
Why would you be mad if I'm telling the truth?
But no, I get it. And, and sometimes I think about like, hopefully that I blow up one day, but like all this shit we talk about here. That's I interviewed Jeffrey Wright this past week.
Oh yes.
Yes. Not that I ever talk shit about him, but I'm saying like who knows who I will encounter in the future.
I believe my bio on Twitter X is talking shit at the intersection of politics and culture. And it's particularly because if you happen to hear something and you didn't like it, doesn't really matter because I was just talking shit.
Fair.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Fair.
Let it go.
Not everyone can let it go, but hopefully some people do. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I don't think I say anything that's like completely unfounded. But anyway, back to Io. I think she's had a fantastic award season. I think just it's been a good award season. No big surprises. I think the Oscars. Lily Gladstone had won most of the Best Actress awards.
Oh yes.
But then Emma Stone won, and I actually like Emma Stone a lot, so I'm not pissed about it.
I'm an Emma Stone fan.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted Lily to have that one. It would have been a historic win for the first Native American actress to win in that category, and but it is what it is.
We had some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
And there was someone else that won whose speech was particularly really good. I cannot recall.
Was it Davine?
Maybe.
Yeah. So Davine Randolph went to Temple like me and actually lived in my building freshman year. Like, that's my claim to fame now. I've spoken to Davine Randolph.
I breathed her air.
I breathed her air.
And she said, "You're welcome."
Yeah. But yeah, and it's just crazy just to see someone just become. And as I tell people all the time, you never know who's going to be like whatever. Even like between people who've gone on to become famous, or friends who've gone to become like CEOs in their 30s. It's like you just never know who's it going to be. Who's it going to be? And it's just been really. Amen. Shit, I'll be over here like my friend Teresa. But like it's just she was quiet and she was always nice. But I just never thought that. Not that I knew enough about her to say what her abilities were, but it's all been surprising. And I guess the part that surprises me is how ready for the spotlight she is.
Oh my gosh, she's a star.
Like, she is such a natural.
She's a star.
She has so much charisma. Like, first of all, killing the fashion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she looks so good.
And also is always just ready for her close-up. I'm like, who, like, you, because she to me was so quiet at the time, but again I also maybe had like a dozen interactions with her.
Yeah,
but it's been really cool to watch.
When it's your season to bloom, it also brings out a different beast in you. And so I feel like watching her, even hearing her speak, it just was like so inspiring because you're watching somebody in their season as they're blooming, and we know this is just the beginning for her. So it's like we are watching greatness.
And the funny thing is that she's been at it. I mean, of course, I know that she's been like, because when she was in college, I would see her in people's like plays and things because I knew a few people in the theater program, and so I would see her in their pictures when they had like whatever performances that they had, but like in Hollywood, she's had roles for the last decade. First of all, she had the Dolomite movie with Eddie Murphy a few years ago.
Oh,
she was in that one, and then she's had a few like sitcom roles over the last decade. So she's been working, and it just shows that if you just keep at it, one day,
that overnight success takes a few years.
It really does. It really does.
That was the same thing with Jodie. Like people who knew her from high school, we all like watched when she got like small roles and stuff, and we were like, "This is amazing."
Right.
And then Queen and Slim comes, and it's
right.
like,
And now she's killing every like red carpet. She looks so good at the Vanity Fair party.
Oh my gosh, that girl has looked like a supermodel her entire life. She has always looked like that, and
must be nice.
This was somebody who was the SGA president, was on the yearbook, who was on cross country.
So she's always been an overachiever.
She has always been an overachiever.
Got it.
But it was one of those things where she was voted most likely to succeed, and you just didn't know. Like you thought she was going to be
at least that one, is she going to be a doctor? Or is she going to be?
Yeah, and then for them to say like, I want to pursue acting, you're like, oh, okay.
It's always like that, right? It's always like that. But clearly she's
believes
doing it.
in yourself and like really pushing.
And slight
through.
segue, her new man her old man is with Lupita now, and they had like a hard launch this past week or two.
I saw.
Comments? Thoughts?
I'm reserving all comments and thoughts. I believe Jodie was at the Vanity Fair party with Richie, her brother.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people know.
But Lupita was at the party as well.
Yeah. So, but like
do you
when
think
she
they ran into each other?
I'm more than sure. But I don't think that she was there with like another man and there was that type of a situation, like an awkward anything. I do know that the picture she had posted, it was her big brother.
Okay. Cool.
Brother, sister love.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Shout out to my brothers.
Super Bowl. Usher's performance. What do you think?
Let me tell you something. I got my life. Me and my nieces were tearing it up. And we really felt like we had pieced together all of like the little marketing campaigns of all the things they were trying to sell us. So we had already knew, okay, we are getting sold a concert. We are getting sold a Beyonce something. Because the commercial, she had that commercial.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, Beyonce don't do commercials.
She announced the music, and she announced this music in the commercial. Interesting.
So we knew we were getting Beyonce products, Beyonce something. We knew that we were getting a tour from Usher. And honestly, like as we were like lining up all of these campaigns, super excited, only for the next week, Usher to go and embarrass me by taking a picture in Bali. And I don't know why
and I was
do that to me.
I was actually going to save that for the loser section, but let's talk about it now. I think it was such a crazy, before we even talk about the music and the performance and what songs he performed, it was such a crazy, and I have to go back to Where Are the Publicists? Maybe that might be the title of this episode.
Where are the publicists?
Because
Divine thanked her. She was like, they told me not to thank the publicists.
But where are the because I think all this social media is making people think that they can handle their publicity, and you actually need professionals to do it, and to advise you about who you get seen with, where you're photographed, and for you to post your pic. I think he posted some of those pictures himself. I think Russell Simmons posted them. Whatever the case, he allowed for them to be photographed together, and it's just a weird, unforced error.
Why did you do that?
And at a time where you are so loved, you're having a rare kind of
really felt
resurgence.
unstoppable there, huh?
Yeah, a rare resurgence. 30 years into your career, we don't see this often. And the fact that you're having something like this is so rare, and I would have imagined that an Usher would appreciate how rare this is and treat it as a precious, thing that's happening for him. Like he's a huge star again, and for you to be photographed with someone,
a pedophile.
Is that what? I mean, I know it's alleged sexual assault. I don't know about pedophilia.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And the thing is that people can try to use the allege, but in 2024, we have to actually be much better because we keep on trying to allow people to escape being labeled as what they are. His relationship with Kimura was absolutely inappropriate. That has been documented.
Wait, did it start? What year did it start?
She alleges that she moved out and was being a model and doing whatever at age 15. Her family claims they did not have contact with her for a whole year. And that when she came back around, she was dating this older man. And back in the day, those types of things were common. That you can see a young girl, and if she looked a little older, had her heels on, had her makeup done, she could be dating somebody who's 12, 15 years older. And I remember seeing things like that in my young life. And I remember hearing men say things like, oh, well, as long as there's grass on the lawn, like basically implying that as long as a child has gone through puberty, that they are pursuable. These are things that we normalized in a day and age where a lot of these powerful men were able to get away with it. And that is how we were able to allow the R. Kellys to become R. Kellys. That is how you're able to allow the Diddy's, the Russell Simmons to become who they are. And now there's even people like Jay-Z who people are looking at and wondering, you know, what exactly was your relationship with this person? And what exactly is your relationship with that person? And we're asking now, and it's like, well, where were y'all when these little girls were in these situations? No one wanted to say anything then. And it's not just the power that these men yield over people that are stopping them from labeling people as what they are. It is also the fact that we are complicit in our behavior in terms of what we allow around us. Where it's like, well, this person consented, I'm gonna kind of like mind my business. Like, that's still messed up, still a child.
Yeah.
Kimura was 16, disappeared with this man. Allegedly they were just friends. Did we not see a similar situation with Tyga and with Kylie Jenner, where people just kept for a year? Oh, they're just friends. Why is he hanging out with a child? Why are they friends? We look back at those R. Kelly interviews and we laugh when we ask, like, so how old are these people you're friends with? They're like, oh, sometimes 19. So teenagers. Well, 19, like, you're specifically trying to classify people as legally ready.
Just, you know, kind of like intentionally operating on like the fringes of legality. So, you know,
yes,
it's over the hump.
He is in Bali and he is trying to evade any type of retribution for things that he was charged with in America.
Because they don't have an extradite man.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the reason why he's there, and people are aware of that. So for someone who claims to be his friend to then go and to say, I'm there to support him, and to try to now align yourself with somebody as
and in
their
case we
stars
didn't set it up
rising.
from the top, Usher went there to do yoga with Russell Simmons in Bali, and there was the Russell Simmons posted
Commented.
pictures and said, you know, he came out to hang with me, blah, blah, blah.
He is aligning himself with Usher now as Usher's star is rising, as if this is now suddenly going to create some sort of another power surgence for him.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you don't get to see grass when you come here. You are going to jail, straight to jail. That's the first place you need to go to. You need to figure out what it is you did to who, because I know it's a lot of stuff that they didn't figure out yet, and your day is coming.
Tell us how you really feel. I almost feel like we can't even talk about Usher's like set list at Super Bowl. But you know what? I'll just say this. I'll keep it really quickly. I didn't think he chose the right songs. I'm so sorry. The songs weren't right. The outfits weren't right. I don't think it was. I think there was a Deadline critic who said Usher fizzled, or like completely like bash Usher. That's not how I feel. I didn't think it was like a horrible performance.
Yeah.
But I felt like, man, like
It could have been better.
it could have been so much better. I think he tried to give us too much, and sometimes you just have to be okay. And this is a challenge that big stars with like very big catalogs struggle with. You have to be okay with just giving us a good 5. Give us a strong 5. Give us a strong
No,
5.
the catalog is way too large. And not only that, we knew he was going to definitely use a lot of music.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. But he needed to pick a good 5. Some songs that need to be in there. The outfits were like just too baggy, especially for someone who's gonna dance. Like we need more sleek outfits so you can really like move. I think there were mistakes made. I still think it was a good performance. I think it was very well received. Like if you watch it, you can hear like the audience doing the superstar note.
Oh,
I think it gets better with the second and third watch. I was like, oh, like the audience is singing along, which you don't see that often at the Super Bowl. So overall, congrats to Usher, but I think that I wish I was like in charge of the set list.
Hire him.
Listen, they need someone with vision. But anyway, that's what it is, and it's unfortunate that momentous occasion was followed with such a questionable decision. So
unforced errors.
Winners and losers. Teresa, I will let you go first. Who are your winners and losers?
So I will say that my winner is Divine. I love the new Black creatives who are bursting through in Hollywood, especially after all the things that we've been hearing in the past few months of just like Black creatives not being paid what they're worth and not being celebrated as they should be.
Taraji P. Henson was very vocal
and
open about.
And then I would say that my loser is dang, I really, really want to say 2 losers.
No, you're allowed more than one winner.
Okay,
all
right.
But yeah.
Because really, my loser is Tyler Perry because there's no reason why I downloaded Mea Culpa and I had to watch that on my flight back and wanted to hurl my phone out of the plane. Explain to me how these scenes make sense, baby. Tell me. And I'm holding your hands as I say this. What is the difference between a Tyler Perry film and a Nollywood film? What's the difference?
Not much.
Because the drama is out there.
The drama, as far as like the drama.
The drama is drama.
The plot line.
Whether or not it made sense,
yeah,
that's your business.
But
that's your business.
Listen. I'll say this. For whatever shortcomings we think he has as a filmmaker, he pays people well.
And that's the only reason why I believe that
Trevante,
can't say his name. Trevante and Kelly even agreed to do it.
Yeah, because in her complaints, so Taraji P. Henson almost dropped out of The Color Purple because they weren't paying her enough, and she, when she was in the press run, which I think in a lot of ways hurt the movie, said that she almost dropped out, and the only person who's ever paid her worth was Tyler Perry. And so that means for all these movies that are only, because his movies are never more than like 20 million. In fact, a lot of them are like 10, 11, 12, 13 million. So that means out of all that money, the actors are getting a good chunk of that, because you'll see these like $50 million mainstream movies with like Brad Pitt in it, and they still want to pay you like hundreds of thousands. Taraji P. Henson got paid $150,000 on The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. A huge movie. The role she was eventually nominated for an Oscar for, but like it was a big budget movie with Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett in it, and
And she could have made that at Deloitte.
Right.
Y'all are shameful.
Stop it.
Y'all are very shameful, and you really, really won't see heaven. You won't see heaven treating Black women like that. If you've learned anything from Princess Diana, it's that when you mess with God's favorites, that karma will come back to get you.
Truly.
If you mess with God's favorites, that karma will come back to get you. Taraji, keep your head up.
Yeah.
My other loser, and I'm gonna forever have beef with him ever since. I'm forever have beef with him. The Game, okay?
Tell us the ever since. I think people need to know.
So back in like 2014, A group of friends of mine, we went to a particular gentleman's club in DC. A lot of people used to frequent, and we had a table there, and our table happened to be next to the rapper. And during the night, there was quite a few fans who were cutting through our table to get stadium. Okay. A lot of fans cutting through to get to his table to take pictures with him. So they were like reaching over our table, like literally walking up and just like taking selfies. So one of my friends had politely asked, "Can y'all not have them walk through our section?" To which I guess that one of his entourage that I saw later on, I guess on his show, one of them people said like, "We need to chill out. It's not that serious." Which, once you paid for your own stuff, and this is not a comp table, it is that serious. You're not about to just have people walking through. Like, we're not having that. If I need to call security, I will. And y'all can just hop off of our section. So when we said we were going to call security, he decided he was going to try to calm down the situation by giving us some autographed CDs of his latest CD.
2014.
2014, 2015-ish. So he signs his CD, and my homegirl Nicole.
He should give me like a tape a cassette while he was at it.
My homegirl Nicole was like, "I don't fucking want this," and I remember it was a CD because she broke it in half and then like threw it at him. So then from that day, it just was like, all right, we beefing with the game. But then the game this weekend did an interview where in the interview was asked, what did he think about like the women in hip hop beef between Megan and Nicki Minaj? To which he responded that he felt like, he was like, yeah, he ain't hear Megan's thing. He don't really remember it. He don't remember it. And they said the name of it twice, and he said, "Oh, what was it called? What was it called? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't memorable. It was like, yeah, he sides with Nicki because Nicki said the line about the good foot." And so then the interviewer
because he was asked to do the Pills and Potion video.
He then says the interviewer then says to the game, well, the good foot line was funny because like she got shot in the foot, and to which the game says, or did she? We don't know. I wasn't there. Sir. It's just, I don't think that the elevators go all the way upstairs, okay?
The lights are on, but no one's home.
Back when, this was still in court, then maybe you could say, I don't know. This is already gone to trial. Like, what are you talking about?
Or maybe they say, he did, because officially what they say is that it was a ricocheted bullet, so he shot the floor, and then it ricocheted into her foot, so he didn't shoot her.
Okay.
Which I don't know that.
But trying to clarify that to then say that you liked the rap better than the rap that you say you didn't hear, again, makes sense. It's not even like you said, I heard both of them and this was stronger. You said, she told her to get on her good foot. And I feel like whenever they say something that's personal, that's the winner. That's the punchline. That's what really, really hits home. Because she said, get on her good foot. Megan said that your man can't come near schools. Like, that's personal. That's not, what?
He's just being a Nicki fan. Don't worry, it's all right. The game's a bar. That's a takeaway here.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And I just feel like every time that man appears on my timeline, like, he proves he's a weirdo. He proves he's odd. Them old pictures of him in India resurfacing that, he put out to the blogs when she was 17 of him finger popping her in the park. That she said, he's the one that got the paparazzi to come. Yeah. It never gave. It never gave. The game is my biggest loser. And every time that he pops up doing more loser shit, it's going to always end up being the game again. It's up for him.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. Understood. Okay. Well, my winners, first, obvious, Beyonce. I think she's having a moment right now with the country music. The album Cowboy Carter has been announced. Drops on the 29th, 4 days after my birthday. And, you know, I think she topped the charts with a country song, which is just, first of all, crazy that she's still racking up #1 hits this late into her career. And without a video and any real promotion, I think she's still such a potent superstar. But just the fact that it's a country song and that she's basically turning country music on its head. Some country stations tried to deny her airplay, saying she's not country because they're racist. And then after they got a lot of phone calls, she got played on their stations. So it's good. It's a good time for Beyonce. And Dolly Parton has said that she might be sampling Jolene. So we'll see what happens with that. But great for Beyonce, #1 for 2 weeks on the Hot 100, which is just amazing. Second winner, Da'Vine. You've said it all already. You know, fellow Temple alum and just superstar.
Go Owls.
And and third, Jennifer Lewis.
My auntie in my head.
Listen, she had a scary incident in the Serengeti where she basically stepped off of like the balcony at her resort, but it had no there was no guardrail, so she fell 10 feet into basically a zoo, or if you know whatever you might want to call it, but in the park, the Serengeti National Park, and basically the wild animals. And luckily she wasn't, nothing happened. She had to be airlifted, was in the ICU for 6 days, surgery, months of physical therapy, and this happened to a woman who was 65 at the time. So really scary stuff, but she's all together. So, shout out to her. Losers first, and this one really hurts. Oprah, which she announced in December. She didn't say which, but she announced that she took a weight management medication. It's probably Ozempic, but we don't know. We don't know. And she can't be handing out endorsements for free. So, but basically, she handed that out. She revealed that she's been using weight management medication, which I actually respect. You know what? Maybe she's a winner, but I respect that she was being honest about it, because she owned a stake in Weight Watchers. And so it was good that she was being honest about how she's lost the weight. And but
I think she's one of them people who the alarm is about to get sounded on, so she is coming out with about as much as she
you think so?
Can without it dragging down.
Yeah, I mean, she came out with it in December, and she's been receiving backlash ever since.
But she was also receiving backlash about the Taraji thing, and Taraji has not really given her the room for them to have a PR moment that heals it. So
she made a post cleaning it up, saying say Oprah supported blah 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 blah. So she tried to clean it up, but yeah, Taraji really did kind of set Oprah up with that one.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's a DC girl for you. She's sitting there and she you can only move me about so much. So,
but in any case, yeah, Oprah has revealed that her weight loss, which she looks amazing right now, hasn't been because of Weight Watchers. She's been using some medication, which she hasn't told us which, and so she has since said that she will be stepping down from the board of Weight Watchers, and I think she's going to be getting rid of her stake as well, I believe. Mm-hmm. So it's I think it's a net loss. I think I commend her for being honest, but it's a net loss. And she's going to be having an ABC special where she's going to be talking about, weight management. And I think they're going to be delving into the use of weight management medication. So it's a really interesting time. I was sometimes in a way I wonder what I would have just I don't know. But good luck to Oprah. Next loser, Naomi Campbell, and I only make her loser because the viral star Elsa Majimbo said that Naomi basically blacklisted her in Hollywood because she did she had a movie of sorts, and Naomi somehow thought that this was an idea she'd given her, but she didn't realize Elsa already had that in the works when she met Naomi. It's a whole long story, but basically, she connected with Naomi, and Naomi said, "Hey, we should do a documentary about your life," and she goes, "Yeah, that'll be cool." But there was some other documentary she was working on, which wasn't necessarily about her life, but Naomi thought that that's what the documentary was, got mad, called her, blasted her, and apparently was blocking her, which is just so weird to do that to someone who is 30 years younger than you.
It's not.
It's just...
That's been like her tea. That's like been
I've heard that.
the rumor of like her personality. But that's also kind of why I'm like, Elsa, we all know that's auntie.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You're not telling us anything new.
But I have an issue with powerful people being so mean to powerless people. It just really rubs me the wrong way. So.
Absolutely.
And then my last loser was to WizKid, who went on a rant this weekend and said he's not an Afrobeats artist, which the funniest
Boy, get on.
And one until he goes, I'm not Afro anything, and then somebody goes, nobody, Dominicans.
Oh my God, because those people, you're very, very infuriating. You're black.
Oh man, I mean, listen, I've met some Dominicans who are very, they embrace their African heritage, but it is more often than not, Dominicans, Panamanians, they're on that as well. So
You're black, okay? I get it.
I met someone who's like my complexion.
Damn your Haitian.
Like,
okay, y'all are damn your Haitian.
and the person was like, oh no, I'm not black. And I'm like, okay, I'm Panamanian. All right, what race? That's your nationality. What race? Like, what race? What race are you? You're black. You're black? And she goes, I don't know what race is. I'm like, all right.
Wow, thank you so much.
You got it. So, but anyways, those are my losers, and that's our show. Teresa, it is a pleasure as always.
Thank you guys. Glad to be back.
And what do you have planned? Anything?
I am actually currently working on setting up a few partnerships through Friends of Boy School for the Deaf with a couple of local business owners here and in Cameroon. You can follow for updates on Facebook at Friends of Boy School for the Deaf on Facebook. I'm also sharing a bit of what I'm doing with the board, as well as what I do in my day-to-day career on LinkedIn. So find me on LinkedIn. And if you're just into me talking shit at the intersection of politics and culture, you can find me on Twitter or X and on Instagram.
Yep, at Teresa Kona.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to give you a few splash. Well.
Oh, at Reese
Rich.
X and on
And
Instagram.
Instagram.
Everywhere else is Teresa Kona.
She's got it correct.
Yeah.
I had to give you a few splashes so we can have like the last cheers. So
Yes.
episode 78. That was the spot. Talk to you next time.
Talk to you next time.